share, to be bold and take risks. The talks, women say what they feel and mean what
A moment there.
say.
I think it was a really long
Believe in
week
your
this week.
power, so much power. Yeah. The talks where women share.
Hello, everybody. It is indeed another Thursday night, and you guys know what time it is. It is Vault Talks Women Share Time. We are elated to be here with all of you. So, for those of you who may be newer to the platform, welcome. Vault Talks is indeed a platform where women come together to learn more, to share more about matters that pertain to their world. It's indeed on this platform where you'll hear women talk about entrepreneurship, sisterhood, and of course, ways to be empowered as women. So, what's going on, Isha the influencer? Tell us a little bit about what's going on in your world and let the people know it's a heat wave going. Oh, Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. You know, look, the old saints say, well, baby, you know, when it's hot like this, it reminds you of how hot it's gonna be in hell, you know.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. Definitely got a taste of that. I just said yesterday the sun is definitely doing its job. I think it hit like 99 degrees down here in Mississippi. So it's hot. And I don't blame nobody for coming outside with as least clothes as possible on, because look, it's hot outside. But I'm sore right now. I just started a new workout plan, so I'm feeling it. So far, so good. We're going to see what these results give me. But yeah, that's all I've been doing, just working on my business and just growing day by day.
All right, now, so you got to tell us about this summer workout plan you didn't kindly dropped on us, and you know, I'm sore, and are you going to tell us what this workout plans entails? How can we get in? Do people know who you are and what you do? Like, come on.
Well, I go by Aisha the influencer. I am a transformation coach. I help people remove their blocks so that they can evolve and achieve their goals by utilizing a 7-step framework that I put together. So this new workout plan, you know, I usually use Brittany.
Right.
I've bought several of her workouts, but this is a different one. This is a new one called Transform You Fitness. So, yeah. So they guarantee the abs and the butt. So
share.
We gonna
share. You know my booty goals, girl. You know my booty goals. And I am not ashamed. I shoot it from. I say it from the rooftop. I got booty goals.
Right.
I'm gonna be 40 in January. I need to keep myself together.
Keep it right. Keep it tight.
Yes. So this isn't a Brittany plan? Is this an Aisha plan? Should we be on the lookout for an Aisha plan?
Should definitely be on the lookout. I definitely have to get mine together, but right now I'm just toning and building and utilizing other female workout plans. This is someone different. I'm not really sure who is behind it, but like I said, it's called Transform You Fitness. You can look it up on Instagram or here on Facebook.
Dope. Okay. That's exciting. I love it. One thing that I love about being connected to powerful women is that we have so many creative ideas, and when you can really come aside one another to really empower one another to push these things out, that's how amazing things happen. And so I'm just thankful for the tribe of women that I have around me. Just my tribe in general, they're super dope. So I'm excited for you, Isha. You know, you have really been out here pushing your brand to the fullest. And it's exciting to see you really evolve into this person that, you know, when I met some years ago, you know, I was like, who's this girl? I knew something was really special about you. You reminded me a lot of myself. And so to see you to continue to evolve, first of all, it's an honor and privilege, because we don't have to let people in our lives. You know, we have that option. And so just seeing you, you know, evolve from Aisha Donaldson when I met you to Aisha, the influencer, the CEO, founder, creator, master strategist of Under the Influence. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
so it's so cool. So thank you for all that you do. I tell you all the time how much I appreciate you. So I really, think it's important to give your flowers to people while they're here on this planet. And so thank you for you even rocking with me with Vault Talks. You've been here for 2 out of the 3 years we've been in existence. And so it's really neat to be able to see your baby now walking and running. And so thank you for that. With that being said, one of the little things that I got going on, I shouldn't say little, but I just want to encourage somebody that dreams do come true.
Absolutely.
And they come true when you least expect it. And I now understand even the more the power of being prepared. So I kept it on the hush for a little bit. I really haven't talked to too many people about it, but last night was the debut of my show called What's the Real Deal with Takara Nicole. You guys can catch it every Wednesday night on ADDCT TV, and ADDCT stands for American Dreams Do Come True TV network. So anybody who has Roku, Amazon, whatever way you have to be able to tune into this channel, it's an amazing network. It's a network that is derived of so many different broadcasters who are just bringing their truth to a platform where we know that people need what we have inside of us. And so it's an honor and privilege to be on such a platform with such a vision, and truly elated to be on the show. So last night I kicked off the show literally talking about no being a complete sentence and how we need to utilize it more. And we hear about that all the time, but really being able to strongly set our boundaries in place so we can understand whose we are and who we are all in the same, and understanding that boundaries, now that I understand it even the more, is like that white picket fence around your yard. You have the right to let people in and out as you see fit. And it's really important to be able to create those boundaries. And so really thankful for the opportunity. So every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll be seeing me pub it a little more than I have been. Sometimes you got to stay quiet while you're making some moves. And so I kind of wanted to keep it under the wraps until it was time to talk about it. And so when I tell you the warfare behind getting that baby out, it was intense, but it's real. And so really excited about what the real deal brings. And it's just 30 minutes of that whole hump day energy to get you over to the next places where you desire to go for that week, and to bring inspiration, motivation to help you continue to move on your journey. So really excited about that. All right, Samantha. Hey, girl. Hey. We see you out there. Needed. Well, thank you. So let's go into tonight's show. We're waiting for a guest to come, and I'm sure she'll come when she can. How to become financially free. So let me tell you, there's always a backstory to where I get these topics from. Here lately, I've been really diving into Forex and cryptocurrency. And I'm going to tell you, I was not a believer of crypto. I was like, whatever, it's fake. It don't
As a lot of us are, yeah.
Bitcoin was introduced to me years and years ago, and I'm like, whatever, that don't work either. And so now here we are 8, 9, 10 years later, where this coin is in the 30,000s, and fluctuates. And so really understanding the power of financial freedom, and understanding that we can possess it, and understanding that we can press back those barriers that have been laying in our way, either by ourselves, the words that we've used around money management and just money and wealth all in the same, or even just the things that we've seen growing up in our environments, and we've adapted to these things and not realizing how we've hold on to them just because mama said, grandma said, great grandma said, auntie said, whatever. And it might not have been the best advice or the best truth in reference to money and management, but now it has become a part of our world. And so really understanding now that we have more information about money and management, how we need to move differently. And this morning I was thinking about Proverbs 31 and how even God talks about the woman being that manager in her own home, and just really understanding the power of women, really understanding their place. And we're starting to see how women are taking different places, breaking their own glass ceilings, and even the glass ceilings that society has placed over women for so long. And so this topic is one that's important because we have the power to gain wealth and we have the power to maintain it. And it's not always going to come the way that we thought it should. And that's one of the other things about just even building up our mindset to understand how to see money differently. So with that being said, I want to introduce one of our speakers, one of our guests, who is this woman here. I don't even know how to describe her. She came into my life when I wasn't looking for nobody. She was a client. She still is a client. And it's so crazy how God sends people your way and you're thinking that they're just going to simply be this one person in your life, and God continues to unfold their purpose within your life. So Chris K is a client. She is a sister from another mother. She's a sister because we believe in the King, that is the Lord Jesus. But this woman is a powerhouse, y'all. I'm not going to tell all her business, but this woman is a powerhouse, and she is one who is trained to equip women to get everything that they have been created to be up out of them. And I want to introduce her, Chris K, the one and only. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Now, let me tell y'all about her real quick. She's a busy woman. So the fact that she carved out an hour to be here, I appreciate her so much. She's a mom, she's a mentor, she's a businesswoman, and she's such a creative. So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on this platform. She has an amazing book out, and we're going to talk about that as well in reference to giving keys to help us to be financially free. And so that blueprint that we all need within our lives, especially as women, to be able to understand how to create this wealth. So we got some folks saying hi here. So we got good evening. Hi, Vivian. We appreciate you tuning in. Glenda, hello. Mwah. And we have, is it Keisha? Miss Winfield. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you too. So we're excited that you are here. So one of the things on this platform, we have what we call Quiet as Quote Time, and we really focus on having a quote around the topic for the night. And so Isha, go ahead and take us in, as tonight's quote is scrolling across our screen here.
All right, so tonight's quote is true freedom abides with knowledge. And as we are talking about financial freedom, I got to thinking, like, even this morning, I got to thinking about how much freedom I have with my time now that I'm not working at a job per se. So, and that can get kind of scary and overwhelming if you don't know what to do with it. Same with money. If you get a lot of money and windfall of money and you're not knowledgeable about how to maintain it, you're not going to be free for long. So just having that knowledge behind the things that you gain. We say we want all these things, but we're not equipped with what we need to maintain those. So just having that knowledge, and as we're talking about financial freedom and literacy, that's something that we didn't attain growing up, like you were saying, Takara. So, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but my government and economics teacher was like the coach. So they weren't really focused on teaching a whole lot. But it's a lot of bad habits that we did pick up along the way as far as finances, and unlearning and relearning will definitely help you maintain that freedom once you do obtain it. So that's the quote for tonight. Any of you ladies want to dialogue around that?
Don't all shoot us down at one time. Please feel free to jump in as you see fit. I know Riika is working on being
Okay,
connected.
anyone can go in.
Yeah, and this is me casa su casa type of environment. Yes, ma'am. Feel free to share your thoughts.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
It
loud
seems
and
like
clear.
okay, great, great. How you doing, ladies?
We're
Good.
amazing.
How you doing? And Takara, thank you. That was such a wonderful introduction. I really appreciate that. But to jump right in on what Isha was saying, financial freedom is definitely should be everyone's source of trying to make that a purpose. Meaning that because like going back to piggyback off what Takara was saying, going back to what our forefathers, ancestors put in us, it's a different day now. Things that we didn't have access to, we have it now. Things that we didn't knew or understand is ways for us to understand it now. That's why understanding financially, being financially freedom, having the freedom is where it's not a thing where it's just for a certain group of people. You know, one time it was only certain people who already had money to get certain information. Now anybody have access to it. So to be able to know the difference, have a goal, and to also be financially prepared for things. Look at now at COVID. We would never expect anything like this. You know, no one thought it would have been a pandemic ever. I didn't thought this in a million years. But who was actually financially prepared for something like this? You
Mhm.
know, some people didn't have anything. They lost their jobs, they lost homes. A lot of people actually struggle. Now, could some of them been saved for that? Yes, I believe. I believe some of them could have been in a better position because day to day we get money, we spend it, we don't think about tomorrow. We don't have a plan. It's different investments we can do. It's different like Takara brought up about the crypto. I heard about that years ago. I was like, nah, I don't want to do nothing like that. I don't want to invest my money in something I can't see it. Um, I truly believe you have to be able to afford to invest anything that you put your mind into, be able to do it. One thing you don't want to do, and we do this, we'll put away for Christmas saving. We'll save all of that money for Christmas, and then when Christmas time, we take all of that money we save and then next thing you know, we put it on gifts, you know. But do you have an insurance policy? Do you have, you know, things, a college fund set up for your children? You know, these are the things that we should be thinking about instead of the things that we can have right now. And I think that's part of the problem where the financial gain come in. Let's not start with big steps. A lot of people want to just jump in and put in money in something and say, well, this is what I'm saving for. But the next month they need that same amount of money again. Next thing you know, they done depleted their savings account. That's not how you
Wow.
save. Yeah, that's not how you save. You start small first. I started this thing probably about a few months ago with some women saying, let's start saving $5. Every time you get a five, put it in a little box, put it in a little, you know, safe or lock where you can, at the end of the year, let's just see what this $5 add up to. I did it last year. At the end of the year, just off of $5. For some people, it don't seem like a lot, but just off of $5, I came up with $2,255 just
Wow.
off of saving $5.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So little things like that help. I also tell people when you get done finish paying for your car, save the money in a savings account like you still paying your car note. at the end of the year, see how much money you save. You know,
That's
certain things we can do, it seems small, but we can do those things to save money, you know. And I feel that with little steps here and there, we can get there. No one's going to be an overnight success. You're not going to be a millionaire. We all want to hit the lottery. I want to hit the lottery, but you got to play to win. I don't play. So that's
no,
not
no,
going to
you
be.
don't. That's
I don't play. So, you know, we have to put things in perspective and make it reality. You know, what can I do to make the next step work for me? You know,
mm,
everybody is in a different money racket. I understand that. You know, some people say they can't save, but eating out, you can save from that. It's plenty ways you can save. You just have to look at what you do on a daily to see, well, do I really need this today? You know, can I put
mm,
that aside? So it's ways that we can make things a little bit better. Even so, what you invest in. I tell a lot of people, don't jump out and just get a mortgage. You know, do what's best for you. I have people who buy buildings and never owned a house, but making millions. You see? So you have to do what's best for you. And we'll talk about that at another time. I tell people, don't let being a first time homeowner be your goal. Make it make
wow,
sense.
Mm-hmm.
wow, wow,
Especially,
Understood.
yeah, make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Make
wow.
it make sense. I have people that come to me all the time wondering, I can get 250,000. What should I do with it? Well, if buying a house works for you, spending 250,000 on a house, and that's your last source, no, I don't think that's the best thing. You know, do you have to provide for your family? Yes. Why do you have to put in 250 to provide for your family? Let's make sense of this money. Why not take 100 of that and buy something for right now and take the other 150 invested and turn that 150 into 300,000? It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
So
good.
I take it back. Let's make it make sense. Now, if 250,000 is what you have and that's not a bother to you and you can afford to pay your mortgage, then that works. But if that's not the goal and you want financial freedom, take that money and make sense of it, you know? But I'm gonna give somebody else the floor because I'll be on here all night trying to
You
tell
just
people how to
save it,
spend their
save
money.
it for later. We're gonna circle back around to you. Don't even worry about it. But that was good. And that goes with the quote, just talking about knowledge. A lot of what you said people don't know, they never thought about, they never heard it. So, you know, they do make the mistakes and go
Mhm.
out and get that mortgage first. So that was really good. What is
Yeah.
that, Takar? Is that
Thank you.
Chris's
Thank
book,
you.
that's her book?
everybody. We gonna put the link in the we gonna put the link scrolling so y'all can buy this.
What's that title? We can't.
The blueprint
Thank you.
to financial liberty. It's called Aftermath of Buying, the blueprint to financial liberty. So
Okay.
yes, we're gonna do that. We're gonna make that happen.
Riika, you want to
Rika,
chime in?
yeah,
Thank you,
rethinking this.
Takar.
Absolutely, Chris. Come on, Rika, the credit now crypto plug. Come on, come through. Share. We see you blinking. Can you see? Can you hear us? You might have to put your video on pause like I have mine. I stopped the video to stop the camera in order for you to be able to speak with clarity without the video being an interruption. But we're gonna give you some time to come on through. So with that being said, I'm gonna are you there? No, not yet.
Hear me? Yeah, we can't hear
Okay, we're gonna come back. Just give us a thumbs up when we can put you in the game, Coach. So with that being said, true freedom abides with knowledge. You know, I kind of touched on it, just really talking about debunking some of the things that we're exposed to in our environment as we are out here living this thing called life, and we start learning hey, maybe what I was told about money, spend a lot, save a little, isn't the best thing for me to do. It's not working for me. I'm spending too much at Coach, or I'm spending too much at whatever is your addiction. Talking about spend a lot, save a little,
Can you hear me?
And I heard that a lot. Yes, come through. I hear you. We hear you. Can you hear us? Okay, so we're going.
Right. I can barely hear you. I feel like I'm on like the other side of the earth and y'all are on that side.
You may have to come out and go back in. Like go out and come back in.
That might have to be. I see you.
I did. I don't know what is going on.
We hear you. Can you hear us?
I think, and there's a delay too.
Don't you love the delay? Sometimes you gotta. Yeah, we can see you. Sometimes you just gotta press through that delay.
Okay.
Yeah, press.
Well, hello everybody. It's a huge delay. I don't know what's going on with this Wi-Fi. It didn't want to work in my house. I done left the house and I'm somewhere else now, and it's still not working. So I don't know what the issue is. My phone doesn't like StreamYard clearly, but I'm excited to be here, and it's super weird because I'm like I can't even see what's going on, but I know we're talking about finances, and I see Isha's quote going across the screen: "True freedom abides with knowledge." I think that's what it says. True freedom abides with knowledge. And so a lot of times we hear, knowledge is power, but that's not always true, because if you do nothing with the knowledge that you have, then how powerful is it? Applied knowledge is power. If I apply the knowledge that I have, then it'll be very powerful. Hopefully it's the correct knowledge as well. If it's not the right knowledge, and you put it to work, it's not going to go well in your favor. So we have to make sure we have the right information as well. A lot of times we hear go to work or go to school, graduate from college, get a degree, get a good job. And where has that landed a lot of us? Nowhere, or somewhere that we didn't really intend to be, or on a street or a road that, you're struggling on because you have a quote unquote good job, but you're paying off your student loans. So, you're in debt. And so we have to really, like Chris was saying, make it make sense. Does it really make sense for you? We don't always have to follow the status quo and, go to school, get a good job.
Oh, I think we lost her.
She was dropping some gems too.
I know, it was getting good.
I'm like, but one of the things about Vault Talks Women Share is that we do come together to help people to really understand the knowledge is power. And she said something that's very key, talking about applying knowledge. And it takes me back, Chris, to what you were talking about last night. And Chris, I do want you to share about what you got going on as well here a little later. But we were spending time together yesterday, and she said something that I have not been able to shake, and that word power, and understanding what that word really means. And what I'm learning in this journey called life, the 39, amazing years that I've been on this planet, words have meaning. And it's up to us to not only really work the definition that is intended to define that word, but really make sure that that word is applicable to our lives. I'm going to say that again. Making sure that the words that we're using are applicable to our lives, because words have power and allow for things to form. And if we're using the wrong words, then we're forming the wrong things within our lives, including within our money. So really being knowledgeable, applying knowledge, doing research, getting yourself into places and spaces, coming to platforms like these where you have people who are expertise in this in the field that you need more knowledge in. Stop striving to be the smartest person in the room. Really getting yourself around like-minded individuals so you can positively shift from your now to your next and really understand what you can do because of the word power. Really activating your power to even understand what we're talking about tonight. Some of us are struggling financially and we don't understand why. I'm gonna say this. I was on a prayer call yesterday, day before yesterday, maybe yesterday. My days are getting all tangled up. But the cool thing about this prayer call that I was on, there was multiple people in the same place and really trusting God that there has to be more because of um, where they were placed. Meaning, I haven't been in a negative for 10 years. I know God's doing something with my finances. I mean, it was blowing my mind just listening to some of these individuals, talk about the power of financial stability. And the one thing that keeps coming to my mind is we have the power to change that. We have the power to change that, and somebody needs to know that you have the power to change that. And so how to become financially free kept ringing in my brain because there's so many people out here who feel like they're stuck. And this pandemic did not help a lot of people. Now, some people, it helped them to flourish and to birth out concepts and ideas to shove them into spaces and places so they can create financial wealth that they've known that they had the ability to. However, there's a lot of people out here who are struggling. And a lot of it's just mindset and environment. And if we can help somebody tonight, really give them nuggets to just plant a seed. One plants the seed, one waters. We might not be around to see the increase, but knowing that we had some type of power that was activating with who they are to be able to produce much fruit. And so I'm gonna digress a little bit. We're gonna shift gears just a little bit. Chris, I want for people to understand a little bit about who you are and what led you to become an expert when it comes to creating financial liberty for people, if you don't mind.
Okay, most sure. It's actually personal because in order for anyone to be able to tell their story, they had to obviously went through something.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, with my career, because I'm also a realtor, and throughout the years, helping families, helping myself, getting on track, it it just became a lifestyle, part of my life, to want to have better, want to experience a certain lifestyle. And with that came change. I had to change how I did things. I couldn't just buy what I want to buy when I know I couldn't afford it, and meaning that some people think because they can see the money in the bank or have it that they just have the right just to go spend it how they want. Yes, you do. But at the end of the day, just because you have a certain amount of money, can you really afford that? And I had to learn, just because I'm approved for it, does that mean I necessarily can handle it? We have, yeah,
Woo!
yeah, we have those, and I see it all the time. And even with myself, going back to a certain loan amount, 200,000, your mortgage payment's $1,400. Yeah, you may make $3,000 or $4,000 a month, and the bank will tell you, yeah, you can afford it. But at the same time, you have other things you're responsible for, and you're not taking in the things that you're actually responsible for on a daily basis. So if I'm paying something out of my earnings that's half of my earnings, how can I say I really can afford it? You know? And people don't step back and look at that. They just look at, oh, I make this amount of money and it looks like I can afford it. So I'm gonna get it because I want it, what I work for. Well, my thing is, yes, you work, but do you work to always remain working. You're not thinking about retiring.
Wow.
You want to work forever. You
Come on.
know, um, I look at life like this. I see other cultures when their children, they raise their children how to handle money, how to handle finances. You know, their children buying houses at 21, 22. Where here we have people in their 50s, first time homeowners. So
Yeah.
what? You want to be 90 paying your house off? If you 50 with a 30-year mortgage, that means you can be 80. Who wants that? Who want to live like that? So we have to ask ourselves, um, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Sometimes we don't have a choice, and that's understand because some people don't know finances until they get in their 30s and 40s. You're behind. You're behind. You know, you didn't miss the mark, but you're behind. So now, how can you fix that? Okay, even though you have a 30-year mortgage at 40, 50 years old, think about it. You still can pay that mortgage off in 15 years. I had to learn that, you know because I'm already behind. I don't want to be 60 paying off a house. So what can I do? I figure out ways how to cut down the principal, how to cut the mortgage in half. How can I pay this off sooner? What's important to you? Just because the bare minimum is a certain amount, do I just pay the bare minimum? No, I pay more because I want to cut it off because I don't want this over my head at 60 years old. So certain things I had to go through to know for myself. I had to retrain my mind. I had to do things differently. um yes, I want to live. Yes, I want to have vacation. But what's important to me right now is how I will handle certain things. And that's how becoming uh a part of, I call it my financial literacy gang, because we all come together and we think of ways how we can cut certain things down, make things affordable, make it better, enhance our life, make our lifestyle better. Um, and it's a team of us. It takes a village. Let's go back to Wall Street. Black Wall Street. We can go back to that, but we have to have the same mindset. I can't be pulling one way and you shifting a different way. And believe it or not, a house divided can't stand. And you have people in the same home that's divided. One want to go spend money, the other one want to save. That can't work that way. you know so in my daily life, in my surroundings, I made it work for me, because most people don't believe your surroundings matter. Your surroundings matter. The choice of people you choose to hang with matter. What you teach your children matter. Your kids see what you do. If they don't see you trying to save, they're not going to. If they see you just splurging, that's what they're going to do. So that's what helped me to do better, and that's what made me make myself accountable is one, and also allow me to see the financial literacy world in a different light.
Man, where do you start with that? It's so rich. Thank you for sharing. And you said something that's really you said a lot of things actually, but one of the things you said is that you start out talking about it's personal. That how many personal stories do we have that literally create that road for us to shift?
Yeah, it's necessary. And just like they used to say in church all the time, you're not going through this for you, you're going through this for somebody else.
Yeah.
So once you go through it and you learn what it is that you need to learn, you're in a position to teach others.
Say it again. Hold on. Say it again. I think somebody on the panel needs to hear that again. Say that again.
So when you go through whatever it is that you go through your journey, and like you said before, it's about just like how you look at it. So once you go through it and then you get what you need to learn, you're now in a position to teach others.
Uh-huh. I'm not gonna call nobody out, but when we started working together, they were like, "Hold on, teach, hold on." First teach. No, that's no. I just want to be an author.
Listen, you mentioned the evolution and things have evolved. So it happens over time. Definitely perspectives have changed and I've gained a lot and I give a lot. So yeah, I'm just excited about continuing to grow and especially, having this conversation because it's a lot that we don't know about finances and it's hindering us on a daily. So just being in this group on this panel with women that look like me, that look like us, giving out this rich information, that makes a lot of difference versus, sitting in a class listening to a man teach us about finances. Like it's
Oh,
women out here doing it. You know what I mean?
yes,
So I love
yes. You talking, Isha.
Right.
Yeah, but that's that whole she power and how we can come together and debunk the myths that women can't learn from one another, women can't grow with one another. We're so catty, we keep up so much mess. How can we learn from one another? All that foolishness, because what that is those are invisible barriers that now have been built up so tall. And I say invisible because they really don't exist. People have put it in the atmosphere, and somebody's really bad situation has led other women to feel like, oh well, if Lucy Liu went through it, then I know I can't work with female, and that's not it. And I talk about this all the time because God deals with me, quite often, just to remember and remind myself where I've come from, and not to build a wall, but to build a bridge. Because I'm the type of person, it's easy for me to build a wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's super easy for me to build a wall. However, I may be building a wall with the wrong person that I'm really supposed to build a bridge with, not just for me, but also for them. So as women, we have to be very mindful and be very in sync with one another to be able to say, you know what, we need to grow together. Hey, you got something that I love, and guess what? I'm missing you. I'm missing your spin. I'm missing what you do for me to be effective in what it is that I know that I need to build. And a lot of people don't like the fact that, we say, oh, I need such and such. I need this person. Needing someone doesn't make you needy unless you are codependent.
Right.
That's totally different.
Right.
So we need one another tonight to share this information because it's huge. So I want to, if Riika can unmute when she's ready, the two of us are on quite a venture, just learning more about crypto and forex and all these other ways that I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was a scam. Like I said earlier, I was introduced to forex 2.5 years ago, and I'm like, whatever. I don't want to be a part of nothing like that. And I'm like, whatever. And so now here I find myself on a path of really understanding that forex is real. And I think for me, becoming a full-time entrepreneur and no longer a 9-to-5er, the mind shift is huge. And so now I'm open to more things than I wouldn't typically have been comfortable with even accepting in my life because I was so focused on the 9-to-5 mentality. So when you're an entrepreneur, you're introduced to different things and you're like, oh my God, you're fighting it because of your 9-to-5 mindset. And it's like, no. When you start seeing things differently, you see things as opportunities and no longer as a threat. And so, I'm understanding the power to build wealth through, other avenues other than a 9-to-5.
Yeah,
And so
it definitely allows you to expand your mind to even think that you can acquire such a large number in your bank account when it comes to like foreign trading and crypto and that type of thing. Because when you're working a job, you know exactly how much you make every year. You may get a bonus, you may get, a raise here and there, but it's a cap. So when you are, like you said, exposing yourself to new things, now you are, okay, maybe this is a possibility too. Maybe I can do this. It allows you to open yourself up to different experiences, which allows you to expand and grow. Like it trickles down more than just finances. Like it opens you up altogether.
Right.
Open you up. Let's talk about that. Because I'm gonna say this. I have been on quite the journey just to resetting my mind. And this is why it's so powerful to have a tribe of people around you. And I gotta share this because somebody needs to understand the power of your circle. Somebody watching this, listening to this is in a place where they're wondering why they're stuck and stagnant. And I'm going to challenge you to look around you. Look around you. And when I say look around you, I'm not talking about your neighborhood. I'm not talking about your environment at work. I'm talking about who do you have to your right? Who do you have to your left? Who is in front of you? Who's behind you? Who is around you? And you know, we need to be mindful of every cliche or every quote that we hear isn't false. You know, the one that comes to my mind all the time is your network is your net worth. I would hear that. I'd be like, wah, 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 wah,
It
wah,
doesn't make
wah,
sense
wah, wah.
because you're not focusing on either one, especially when you're working a 9 to 5.
Right. I'm
So
like,
that's why.
whatever. My colleagues, you know, woo, woo, woo. And so now that I've shifted my mind and shifting circles, it's like, oh, for real? Like, oh, you know, it's I look for people that I can be like, oh yeah, you roll like me, okay, yeah, you know, okay, you fit the audition, so you can come into the tribe, you know. So really being mindful of people that you
Absolutely.
have around you. Chris K, I think this is a really great opportunity to talk about what you're doing for the next couple of weeks. Do you mind?
Oh, no, no, no. It's okay.
And
It's
then
okay.
and then I want to hear from Riika while she live and in charge here.
Can y'all see me now and hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. That's all
Look at God. All right.
right. You must have moved next to somebody's hotel Wi-Fi. You
Look, I'm moving around. This is crazy, y'all. My phone, everything was working all day, but at 7:58, as soon as I jumped on, it was like, I'm like, really? Are you serious?
you
But that's
already
all
know
good.
the
I'm here now.
airwaves. We are here in your present. Chris, talk about a little bit of what you're doing, and I'm thankful to be a part, and it's much needed. Let's talk about that because we talk about some of the things that finances and all this stuff and what you've kicked off. Let's chat about that for a minute.
Okay. Now we're talking because we're doing so much, Takara, or we're talking about the visionary board, the
Yes,
Virtue Visionary Board. Yes. Okay.
yes.
Yes, the Virtue Visionary Board. What we do weekly on a Wednesday, we already actually started. We started a week ago, and we're doing 3 sessions. I'm thinking it's going to turn into more. But it's a group of women. We're coming together and we're having a virtue visionary board. This is where women come in together and talk about what they want to do. What is it in life that you want to complete, accomplish, and having that tribe of women that's around you, rooting you. Because some of us don't have that, some don't have that at home. Yeah, you might have a family, you might have a spouse, but who is really pushing you towards your dream, supporting you? Who's holding you accountable for these things you desire to accomplish? So that's why we decided to, go forward with the Virtue Visionary Board. All the women that want to do something and feel that they don't have that support, join in. This has definitely helped a lot of women. It actually allow you to be able to think about what you want to birth. Sometimes we want to do these things, but we don't think about it. We just put it in perspective because it sounds good. Oh, I want to do this. But are you actually preparing yourself to get it done? Or do you have the connections to help you get where do you want to go? Who are you talking to? Some people don't even have people to talk to. Like they don't tell anybody because they're scared or afraid that somebody going to take their dream. And my thing is, what's for you is for you. What's for you is for you. And if you believe in this wholeheartedly, why not jump out in faith? You know, faith, you have to have that in order to do what you desire to do. So, with that being said, anyone out there that feel that they want to be a part of the Virtual Visionary Board, along the screen is our email. And if you would like to email us your email address, please do so we can send you the link we have for Wednesdays. We have phenomenal women that's there telling their story. Our facilitators are awesome. They're experts in their field, and they definitely don't mind sharing um, what to do, the know-how, how to get there, you know. And the great thing about it is they all have a story. They all have a story. And the thing about it is what's said there stays there. And some women need to know that, you know, have the confidence. Whatever I say, I don't feel embarrassed. It's not wrong. It's not a right or wrong thing. You know, nobody can tell you their opinion about certain things. It's not like that. It's just something that we all come together and we put our vision together and we help each other. And again, if you want to join, along the screen is the email address. And with the email address, what you're going to do is send us an email that you want to join, and we definitely will send you the link to be a part of it. Now, let me prepare you. We do have homework and we do work together as a team. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
let you know you're not just gonna come there and sit there and listen. No, you actually gonna put some footwork in and you're gonna be held accountable for what you say you want to do. This is not us saying your dream, you're saying it. And if this is truly your desire, it shouldn't be hard to put in the footwork to do things that you desire to do.
Woo! The footwork.
Good.
That word right there, it gives me goosebumps because footwork means action. You gotta take action. You gotta take responsibility. No more excuses. No more. You can't. Time out is not an option. And you got me when I say I'm kicking my feet over here like a little kid. Like I'm literally kicking my feet over here like a little kid. Like I'm so excited about this because a lot of us have so many ideas that we want to birth, and then we're around certain people like you doing way too much now. One minute you want to do this, and the next minute you want to do that. Can you make up your mind? Because you're just all over the place. Well, what if God has created for me to be all over the place?
Hello.
How about those apples for you? You want green? You want red? What you want? So this is needed. That accountability I'm learning is such a game changer. When you have somebody like, hey girl, hey, what you do today? And you be like, you can't sound like Elmer Fudd. You gotta tell them what you did to keep you accountable. Let me tell you, this is a really great segue. So we got Riika right here. This woman here, from day one when I met her, we knew that it was some type of like connection. And it's so funny because the person who connected us, we're no longer connected to. Catch that and run. Okay. Run fast, run, Forrest. Sometimes we're connected to people because of just that. Oh, I just need to use them as the bridge to connect, and deuces, they like boom, out the picture. And Riika is one that pushes me when I don't feel like moving. Here she come, and I'm like, oh my God, can I just stay in my place of just like not doing a thing? And you need those folks around you that shove you. And what I'm learning is I do it for other people, and I've been praying for people to do it to have that. And now I have the Isha, I got Chris, I got Riika. So we have to be ready to accept these people into our lives to keep us fueled as we are called and created to fuel others. And with that being said, Riika Wright, aka Credit and Crypto Plug, what you got for us?
Good evening, y'all. I'm glad to be here.
We can
You
hear
can hear me?
In real time. Yes.
Right.
Late. Hey, okay, I'm done. I'm done over here.
Woo, ain't no delay. Thank the Lord.
Come on, that's a word. Somebody better run around. That's
Look,
hilarious.
no delay, right? No delay,
Yeah.
but
Say it again. Say it again. No delay.
no delay.
Woo!
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. Great to meet you, Chris. I don't
Me
think we've
too.
ever met before, but everything you said that I heard, right? Kept kicking me out, but everything I heard was right on point. Like you kept saying, make it make sense, you know. And it's so much. Oh my God, there's so much in the financial world that we
Yes,
have to make
definitely.
sense because some things, growing up. I don't know if y'all heard me earlier, but just growing up, and you still, hear it sometimes nowadays, where it's go to school, get a good education, go to college, get a degree. Then when you graduate, make sure you get a good job, and then you pay your student loans off. So
Wow.
that good
Yes.
job you have that's paying you whatever salary is good, you taking that money and you just paying your student loans and you paying your bills and you paying your mortgage or your rent or whatever it is, your car note, your light bill. So it's like, what are you really doing?
Right.
What are we doing? If we're making it make sense, what are we doing? Are we stopping and going, okay, I have this amount coming in and then I have this amount going out, you know?
Right.
So it's like you can't even buy groceries without going, dang, should I buy this? Like, I gotta get gas. And so inflation is going up. Okay.
Hmm.
It's at 5% right now, which is ridiculous. Okay. We're not even gonna talk about that conversation, but that's stupid.
Yes.
But catching up with that, the dollar's not even worth a dollar anymore, right? That's
Right.
fiat currency, it's dead money. So everything is going backwards and we're not seeing that as a whole. Like America is, we're not looking at what's really going on, right? And the government keeps throwing out all of these checks like, here, just go spend, let's stimulate the economy. Like, really, you just gonna keep printing that cash and it keeps going down and going down and going down. It was at 90 cents, right? Yesterday it was at 89 cents. Like, what is going on? So we cannot keep on doing the same things and expecting a different result. That's insanity. If I keep
Hmm.
going to the right, every day I leave my house and I go to the right and I go to the right, I can't expect a different result because I'm doing the same thing, right? I gotta go to the
Right.
left. I gotta go straight. I gotta go in a circle. I gotta do something different, and then something different is gonna come about. Okay, so I know Sakara was saying earlier, the little bit that I heard, like cryptocurrency. That's my thing. I love it, and that's something that a lot of us need to really learn because that's where a lot of things are going to. The banks, you're not gonna go on there and they're not gonna say, "Oh, do you know about crypto? Let me teach you." No, they don't care. But a lot of the platforms went to the Ethereum platform, right? Months ago. We're talking about the banks. So they have all of this crypto, right? They have millions and billions of dollars, but they're not going to tell customers and people out here now. They're just going to get richer and richer. When you drive past a bank building, what do you see? They're amazing, right? They're tall and they got all this stuff. They got columns and right. Then you look at your house and you go, they don't look the same. I don't know. There's something ain't right here. Like, why I don't have that? Why is that not my house? The Bank of America building, right? It's 15 stories because they are doing things with our money every single day, right? They're using our money that we put in a bank and we think it's ours. That's another story, right? And they trade it all day. They're making millions every day with our money that we put in the bank. So we have to learn to do different things and do what we need to do with our money on a daily basis to make sure that we, as a colleague said, we put little overalls on our money and let them go to work for us, right? Every day.
Right.
We done made all this money for however old we are. If we're 20, we're 30, we're 40. We've been working. So we should not have to work until we're 50, 60, or the age of retirement. Retirement is not an age. Retirement is not an age. There's no such thing as retirement age. If you have $50 million at age 30, you're retired. Retirement is how much money you have. Do you have enough money to retire? That's the question. You don't have to wait till you're 65 because there's a lot of 65-year-olds at Walmart right now that are
That's right.
retired.
Come
Okay.
on.
They're retired, but when you walk in there, they're like, hi, they're greeting you when you walk in for $10 an hour, if that. That's sad. Like, you already worked 65 years. Why are you at Walmart greeting me? No, you
Right.
should be on an island somewhere, or you should be doing what you love to do, or whatever God put in your heart to do. So, um, what I do, right? I help people fix their credit. I help people learn cryptocurrency and trading, and making sure that you know what to do with your money on a daily basis, so that you're not out here running around trying to figure out and make ends meet. Because that's how I grew up. Well, that's not how I grew up, but when I got out, when I left home, joined the Navy, got out the Navy, it was like, okay, now what I do? I went from high school right into the Navy. So the Navy and civilian life, two different worlds, two totally different worlds. Like, you're babied in the military from a financial standpoint. It's like everything is given to you. Like, here's your check on the 1st, here's your check on the 15th. Oh, you need to go to dental? Oh, it's right over there. You need to go to the doctor? Oh, go right over there. You need what? Paperwork, your bank? Oh, go right over there. So everything is structured for you, because they want to take the added pressure of the regular daily life off of you, so you can focus on your military, career, because that's stressful enough. So they want to make sure everything else is handled. So as soon as you get out, you face with reality. You're faced with, oh, I gotta figure out life insurance. Where I get that at? Oh, I gotta. Oh, how I go the dentist? What? Do I have to call them? Do I walk over? How do I? How do I sign up for the dentist? Where's the doctor? Oh, I can go to the VA. Okay. Oh, I need health insurance. So it's a mess. So, and that's a whole nother life, right? Like, transitioning from a military life into civilian life. So that was my story. I didn't know. My parents, God bless them, they're amazing. Takara met them. They are dope as hell. Okay. Their finances are lit. You hear me? 830 credit score. They don't pay their bills on time. They pay them early. If their bill is due June 1st, they paying it May 24th. Like, oh, it's gonna be late. No, everything is doable like this, for real. Their score is an 830. And they trying to get an 850. I'm like, yo, you don't need that. Like, you don't need it. You're good. You're fine. Okay. And so they're very meticulous, very disciplined, which is a word that a lot of us need to just grab and say, okay, you're my friend. Right? Because when a lot of us are not disciplined, and it just takes discipline and consistency on a daily basis to hit your goals, whatever those goals are, whether it's your finances, it's a relationship, it's your business, is whatever, your relationship with God, right? You want to be consistent and be disciplined. So a lot of us have been brushing our teeth, hopefully, right? Since we were born. You do it every day. You're consistent with it. You get up and you just automatically you brushing your teeth, right? You're disciplined with it, and you're consistent. You can't have one without the other. And so I use my parents' example, because they were great parents, but what they didn't do was sit me down and say, okay, Riika, this is how I did this. This is why my credit is a 830. This is why I have this amount of money over here, that when you over there calling me like, Ma, can I get $200? I have it. Boom. Because I'm like, damn, y'all always got money. Why I don't have no money? Well, because you eating it away. You always at Cheesecake Factory or PF Chang's, or you buying this and you buying that. And so I didn't understand. I just knew growing up, I didn't have to ask for nothing. Ma, I want this here. Like, I was spoon-fed. I had everything. So once I got out the Navy, and then when I had my son, that was a whole nother story. Things started to go downhill real quick. When they put you on bed rest when you're pregnant and you don't have that check coming in from your job, it's like, oh, I need to go to work. No, well, you can't go to work because you're on bed rest. Well, who's going to pay my mortgage? Right? Because my goal was go to the Navy, get my degree, and buy my house. So when I was 20, I bought my house and got my degree. And then I got out the next year. So now I'm pregnant, and it's like, okay, if I'm on bed rest and I'm working at the shipyard, who's going to pay my mortgage? And then my house went into foreclosure. So it just went a downward spiral. So we have to make sure that we're teaching our kids and not just thinking, oh, they'll learn by osmosis, because it doesn't happen like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good, role model. It's a good picture. But as a child, you come into the world, you don't know anything. And we forget that. Like, you literally come into the world, you crying, you looking around, you don't know anything. So we have to remember we have to teach our child, like, okay, this child doesn't know anything. So we need to really teach our children so that when they grow up, they know, right? That's what the Bible says. Train up your child so when he's old, he shall not depart. So if you teach them about credit, if you teach them about, okay, this is how you manage your money, because you can have money all day. You can go give somebody $10 million and they'll be broke in a month.
Come on.
Absolutely.
They'll be broke in a month. I've seen it. That was me. I didn't have 10 million, but I had a lot of money and it went like that. I didn't know what to do with it, right? My parents had a bank account just sitting there for me that I didn't know about. And when I got out the Navy or went in the Navy, they were like, oh, here's your bank card. I was like, what?
Wow.
Yes. And I didn't know what to do with it. So it was gone just like that. My checks from the Navy coming in, my bank account, and then my aunt, everybody had all of this money saved and they prepared for me. But because I didn't know what to do with it, I just blew it. I thought I was blowing out of control. Like it was crazy. So now that I look back, I'm like, okay, how can I help people now that are my age or younger than me, right? People that are 18, 19, 20, and they're not sure what to do. Or maybe they did have some sort of financial training. Maybe they didn't. So now we're in position to really help people and give back and say, okay, no. Don't go buy that Gucci bag. Don't buy. You can buy it in 2 years. Don't buy it right now. Let's show you what to do. Get your credit together. Make sure everything's together. And I like what you said, Chris, earlier about buying a home. So I think I had a conversation with Takara a few weeks ago about, or I don't know, I think it was Takara. It might have been somebody else. But they asked me about owning a home and renting. Because we're told a lot of the times, you know, you have this the American dream, which was my dream. That's why when I was 20, I was like, boom, I bought my house and then I'm gonna build. That didn't happen in that order, but whatever. And so we always say we have an American dream, we're gonna buy a home, and then what do we do next? It's like, okay, I bought my house, now what? So that can't be the ultimate goal. Like, why are you here? What is it that you want to do? Does buying a home even align with what you want to do? Right? Because if you want to be a billionaire, why you need a house?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Is that house making you money?
Wow.
Because we automatically think, oh, we buy a house and we're rich. No, that house is a liability. It's not an asset. It's not an asset because you're spending money every week, if not every month, on that house. You paying your mortgage. You got to pay the light bill. You got to pay the water. You got to pay everything. The AC breakdown. You are paying. You're the plumber. You're the everything. The landscaping. So it doesn't become an asset until you have 2 or 3 of them, and now those houses have passive income coming to you. Now it's an asset. But just because you have one house and you're the one living in it, it's you're paying for everything. Yeah. So we have to really, like you said, make it make sense. If you're, whatever your goal is, maybe just rent. And then have other assets out here, like Grant Cardone. He's a mentor of mine. He doesn't have a house. Whenever you see him, he's in somebody's hotel. He has a condo that he rents out. But his office, his big office building, he owns that. Right? That's why. That's bringing him income. And he's like, what I need to own that for? Like, I don't need to own where I sleep. No, this right here though, I own this. That building over there, I own that. That real estate over there, I own that. Today, I was down in Miami, driving down Aventura, looking. He owns all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, and he doesn't live in any of it. But every month is bringing him what? Passive income.
Riika, listen, this is so good.
We have to think and really say, okay, let's line up our goals and write it down. And I was telling Takara this yesterday. I had to sit down and write my goals down. Like, what is my income for this year going to be? And God was like, well, you need to write it down. Since you're going to make that amount, you need to write down, what are you going to do with it? Mm-hmm. What are you going to do with it? Why am I giving you that if you don't know what to do with it?
That's right.
Say that again.
Right? Why am I giving that to you if you don't know what to do with it? That's like my son. As a parent, I would be the worst parent on earth if I was telling him this is funny, last year. He loves cars like me. I'm a car lover. And we were talking about a Lamborghini. And I think I pulled it up on my phone. I was like, Elijah, look. And his face lit up. And we was both like, oh my God, yes. And so he was like, man, I want one. soon as he said that, I was like, okay, I understand that you want one. Cool. But at the time, he was 11, right? So I'm like, okay, you want a Lambo? Cool. I want a Lambo. But I'm like, you can't drive it right now. He was like, so? And I'm like, okay, I get it. But let me tell you this. And then I start talking. He's like, here we go. She got a whole sermon now. But it just like fell in my head like, okay, you're telling me you want a Lamborghini. If I go buy you a Lamborghini today and put it in the driveway, you can't even drive it.
Come on.
Like, you can't drive it. You can literally, you can go, you can touch it, you can look at it, you can sit in it. You don't have a license, right? You don't know how to drive the car.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do with it, right? You have a $250,000 vehicle that you have no clue what to do, how to do. And if you were to get in it and start driving it, you would kill yourself.
Wow.
So as a mother, and this is what I told her, I said, as a mother, I will be the worst mother on earth to put you in the position that you're not ready for.
That's good.
You can't drive it. So God is the same way. If he says write it down, which that's what the word tells us, write the vision and make it plain. Once it's plain and it's written down, it's like, oh, now it's tangible. We could touch it. We could see it. We write it. We're like, oh, okay, that's okay. I'm gonna have this much. Okay, I'm gonna do this with it, and then I'm gonna do this with that part, and then the rest of the money, that's what I'm gonna do with it. But if I give my 12-year-old a Lamborghini and he crashes it, whose fault is that? I knew he couldn't handle it. But if I wait till he's 16 or 17 and he's had driver's lessons, he's had, he has his driver's license now. He's been driving around. He knows how to drive. He shows me that he's responsible. Then now I can trust him with the vehicle, right? Now I can bless him. That's my son. Why wouldn't I want him to have a Lambo? I want him to have whatever he want to have, right? He can have the best of everything, but I want him to be prepared so that when he has it, he can enjoy it, right? So if we have a goal or we have a income set or income, whatever that we have for the year coming in, we need to make sure we have it written down. We need to make sure we have a budget, right, in place so we know where our money's going and we are telling our money what to do and where it needs to go. And they put on their overalls and they go to work for us.
Listen.
So I know I've been talking a whole lot, but man, we have to teach people because we all have a story, right, of where we came from and how we handle money or we used to handle money. And when we look back and go, dang, you really didn't handle money right? You just couldn't manage your money. And so now that we're learning how to do that, we have to teach everyone else what we know and what we are continuing to learn about it so we can actually impact the kingdom, impact the world, because 2021 we have to do that. We have to do that. So cryptocurrency trading, man, I'm just excited.
Yes. I am way over my time. I'm waiting for my email from the network director to be like, look, you into somebody else's showtime. I gotta share with everybody a commercial, and then when we come back, what I really want for us to do is I want for this to be a continued conversation. We can figure out what that'll look like offline, ladies, but this has been so rich and much needed. Stay tuned really quickly for a quick commercial, and then we got to get out of here real quick.
Your time is very precious. And wouldn't you agree that it's time to stop wasting it? Does this sound familiar? Are you not fulfilling your potential? Are you not reaching your goals? Are you not even setting your goals? Are you feeling unmotivated, feeling stuck, and you need accountability in your life? Searching for the right answer, the right solution can be difficult and lonely. You get vague information. You're pointed in the wrong direction. You receive bad advice. No one wants that. And there must be a better way. Well, there is. At All About One Leadership Consulting, we can help you. At All About One, we help individuals and organizations achieve their goals, get unstuck, and reach their potential. Contact us today.
Cam works for a little bit. Nope, and my camera's still not working. All right,
We can see you.
it's delayed on my end, like super delayed. So
Oh yeah, we can see you. I can.
okay, so it may not be delayed as much. Okay, so thank you guys for coming on the show tonight. This has been so rich. We're definitely gonna have to do a part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What I really see for this is huge. I believe that we need to set up a training outside of Vault Talk Women Share the Show to really come together and do a workshop underneath Vault Talks to be able to talk about this and dialogue a little bit further, because it's much needed, especially I know for me, I definitely don't want to have to go through a whole pandemic again and not be set up financially, or maybe not be a national or international or world pandemic, whatever personal pandemic that I might have to go through. I want to be able to be financially set and be able to help other people too as well, to be able to understand the power of financial freedom. So ladies, thank you guys so much for coming on to Vault Talks Women Share. There's not enough thank yous that we could share with you guys to really just share how thankful we are that you guys have taken time out of your busy schedules. When I say Riika Wright and Chris K are busy women, they are busy women, and Isha, I'm so thankful for you being such an amazing host on this platform. Next week, it's the fourth Thursday. If y'all don't know what that means it's he said, she said, they share. So we're going to see what we're going to talk about next week. We should talk about money management within a relationship. I don't know.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Because look, it gets messy.
I love it. But thank you guys so much. We love you, and we will see you next week. Mwah.
Women share to be bold and take risks. Vault Talks. Women say what they feel and mean what
A moment there.
I think it was a really long
Believe in
week
your
this week.
power, so much power. Yeah. Vault Talks, where women